Donald Trump said to me the other day, and in speeches, he wants to get a point across very clearly to people in America and the establishment in D.C. Now, I want law enforcement people that are in here, or emergency service personnel, I want you to stand up, and let's see who's in law enforcement. Because blue lives matter. Blue lives matter. I was in law enforcement for 18 years, and I know what these women and men are faced with when they have to make split-second decisions right on the street when somebody has a gun in their face. We have a president that was just out saying recently that he criticized Donald because of his speech about the problems that we're having, the trouble that we're having, and the fear and the disaster that's taking place in this country. And Obama stood up and said, you know, America's not bad, things are better off, and no one's afraid, and people are safe. You know why he says that? Because he travels just to go to the bathroom with 100 armed law enforcement guys with automatic weapons, and when he goes into a town, they shut the town down. He doesn't know what hard-working, middle-class Americans go through in this country. Donald Trump is a law enforcement guy. And he's telling me time and time again, we've got to protect our law enforcement people. We have to give them the money, we have to give them the resources, and we've got to speak up. Lou's already touched a little bit, a great deal about it, the veterans, and Lou and I are instrumental in passing great legislation to improve the quality of life for veterans, because this administration doesn't look at it all. I want every veteran in this room, women and men, to stand up and let people know who you are and what you're doing here. No veteran should go out, should not have the care that they deserve. As a matter of fact, I and Lou and a few of us have been pushing that a veteran should have this card that he or she carries, and they travel from hospital to hospital. They choose who they want, their doctor, they choose where the hospital they want to go to. So bear that in mind, that we need that. Now, do you want a president unlike Obama and a candidate like Hillary Clinton? Do you want a president that has created tens of thousands of jobs? Do you want a president that knows how to negotiate? And when it comes to trade, he's going to look in the eye of the Chinese leaders and the North Korean leaders and the Mexican leaders and said, listen, we can do this the hard way or we can do it the easy way, but the United States is finished coming out on the short end of the stick on trade. Donald Trump and Mike Pence will bring this country back again. They will create jobs. We're going to be the greatest steel industry country in the world, like we were 30 years ago when my grandparents worked in the steel industry. We're going to be the safest, cleanest, coal-producing country in the world, and it's going to start right here in Pennsylvania. That's it. I heard it. Buy American. And listen, this is what's going to happen. I've been after leadership, Lou and I, for the leadership to lower the corporate tax so we can bring this business back into the country. We have the highest in the world. And when that happens, that's one of the first things on Trump-Pence is list of things that have to be done. We get that tax break down to 50%. We lower the tax for the middle class people. We bring industry back in this country, and we tell countries where we have a deficit, it's a whole new ball game, guy, because there's a new sheriff in town. I told you, I started out by saying, how's it been going with career politicians for the last 30 years. Well, we know about the borders are open. We know how much debt we're in. But do you feel safe? Do you feel safe for your children? I'm so worried about my children's future. That's why we came out first. And here's the president, here's the vice president that's going to deal with these issues. And you know something? He doesn't care about being politically correct. And I want somebody that says what we middle-class Americans are thinking. Is that what you want? Do you want Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton to be selecting 4 Supreme Court justices? And when that happens, we're going to lose our Second Amendment rights. How many Second Amendment gun-toting women and men do we have in here? Well, if Hillary Clinton's elected president, we will lose our Second Amendment rights. We will lose our First Amendment rights because she's going to tell us what we should be thinking. Healthcare is going to be even a bigger disaster than what it is. So the bottom line is, who do you trust with the future of your children's lives? Let me hear it. All right. I know we're preaching to the choir here, but you've got to get out there and tell your friends, your neighbors, your family. You've got to call people up. We need volunteers. Lou and I are running the state for Donald Trump. We're asked to go out of the state. We're setting up a program where if you want to help us out, you give us a call because we need people to knock on doors. We need people to make phone calls. And we need you because you know something? The establishment is afraid of Donald Trump. But you know something? The establishment is more afraid of you, the populist voter. Thank you, God bless. Donald Trump for president. Mike Pence for vice president. Thank you so very much.